So in this video, we're going to teach you how you can make more money from your local agency without having to spend more money on ads. So there are only two ways that agency can make more money from their clients. One is easier than the other. And in this document, I'll just give you the entire sauce of everything that I've learned in the agency space and just scaling up. In this video, we're going to basically teach you how you can make more money so you can have that financial, location, and time freedom you hope that you'll have whenever you first start your agency. So by the end of this video, I promise you that you'll know how to run ascension calls correctly, be able to monetize 100% of all the leads that come in the door instead of the top 3%, add predictable MRR without more leads, and then sell without being salesy. So I'll break it down step by step, but only 1% of you will probably finish the entirety of this video, and that's why only top 1% will actually hit $1 million per year mark. So grab your coffee and let's just dive right into this video. First off, I want to tell you a little bit intro about me, and then you could see if you want to keep watching this video or not. So essentially, I came from a very introverted software engineering background. I was working 9 to 5, but I felt that I was destined for more. So I wanted more time freedom, more money freedom, more location freedom, and also give back to my immigrant parents that made it all possible for me to have all the opportunities I had. So you might be in the same boat, but whenever I first started my agency, I was basically scared of talking to people, and I generated my first client via ads, scaling Aquascale agency to multi-six figures in revenue, just targeting pool builders. And then we're running Facebook ads for them. So I faced a lot of pitfalls in my journey. I don't want you to run into the same ones. And now we're basically scaling up an AI marketing software targeting contractors with the same mechanisms just listed in this video. And we're hunting for an 8 or 9 figure exit within the next 5 to 10 years. So with that, I've been experiencing incredible life experiences in my early 20s because of the time, money, and location freedom the agency game has brought me. And I want you to have the same thing. As you can see here, I was visiting one of the 7 wonders in the world in Jordan, a jet skied in Dubai, I hiked the Dolomites in Italy, I trained Muay Thai in Thailand. So before I get into the document, if you want the full automated 7-figure agency systems for free, you can basically join the self-scaling agency school down below in the description. On top of that, we also have a one-on-one program, which you'll essentially have to apply. And if your application goes through, you'll be on a call with one of our growth coaches. And then we also have an AI marketing software that you can basically just white label if you want the upsell or downsell in your pre-existing clients to just add reoccurring predictable MRR every single month to your agency. If you're interested in any of that, you can go ahead and click the link in the description. So now let's actually get into the sauce. So this is the lie that most agencies are taught. If they can't afford us, they're not a good fit. And this is why most agencies actually stall under that 20K per month mark. Whenever you're running ads, we're always taught to send unqualified leads to a landing page that doesn't contain our Facebook pixel, so it doesn't pollute our data. But what if I told you that you're leaving money on the table by doing this? So stick with me because I'm about to cook in the next few slides. Number one is budget does not equal intent. Most agencies think that if they don't have money, it means that they don't care. Budget only shows that how much a person can spend today, but intent means like how much do they actually want the result. So most local businesses, they want more calls, they want more customers, but they're very careful about the money. They're scared of wasting it, and they don't want to bet on something new. And whenever somebody tells you, I can't afford that, they're not saying no forever. They're just saying this is risky right now because I don't know you yet. So most agencies either push harder on the sales call or they just walk away completely. Both are mistakes. Upselling, downselling, and ascending fixes all of this. So instead of forcing one big decision, you offer a small step. And those small steps build trust. Trust lead to bigger deals later, and people don't just disappear, they just start on different levels. And you still get paid, so you can basically hire more team members or even profit and liquidate your ad spend for the second or third client. Next, let's talk about the 97% problem. So most agencies only sell to a very small group of people. This group is the top 3%. Number one, they have the cash. Number two, they move fast. Number three, they can afford premium retainers. However, the other 97% still want help. They still want more leads, they still want more calls, they still want their business to grow, they still want the automations that you can provide their business, but they can't spend thousands of dollars right now, or they just don't want to spend it with you, at least not yet. In most agencies, they simply ignore them or they just send them away. That's a mistake, because if 97 out of 100 people want the desired outcome and you only have one way to get paid, you don't have a lead problem, you have an offer problem. And fixing this issue will just essentially unlock unlimited revenue to your business. And that's where most of the money actually is. Focus on the 3% of qualified leads. Gurus Online would tell you to only focus on the qualified prospects, and this leaves 97% of all leads on the table for an agency that actually knows how to monetize the 97%. And you're basically leaving money on the table just because you have one offer right now. In the next couple slides, I'll show exactly how you can monetize 100% of your market. In agency, there are only two ways to basically make money. This is not just general for agencies, it's general for business and altogether. So number one is one of the ways is harder and one of the ways is easier. But I don't know about you, but I really like it when I make my money pretty easily. The harder way is to reduce CAC. So CAC, if you don't know what CAC stands for, it's customer acquisition cost. So this means how much does it actually cost for you to bring one customer in the door. To reduce CAC, what you really need is better funnels, cheaper traffic, better sales, and the easier way to actually make more money from your agency or from your business in general is basically making more money from the people you already have as clients or people you already have in your pipeline. So these are the same leads, these are the same clients, you just have more revenue from every single client. Increasing LTV, which is lifetime value of a customer, how much a customer pays you in totality from existing customers is the easier way to do this. And I'll give you an example. So you could totally reduce CAC, but I don't want to instill any limiting beliefs in this document or in this video. But the purpose of entrepreneurship is basically solving every bottleneck in business to reach new heights in your business. So let me give you a very simple example to just illustrate my point. So let's say you have an $800 CAC and each customer you acquire pays you $5,000. So essentially you profit $4,200 off one customer. The best case scenario is if you reduce CAC 100% to zero, with you profiting $5,000 per customer. This is the dream scenario, and this would only be the case if a lead came in from a referral or organically. But the alternative is LTV and lifetime value of a customer scales infinitely. So even if you were able to reduce CAC by 100% to zero, which is not possible if you want to scale and if you want to run ads. The thing is, like, the LTV can theoretically scale to infinity. So for example, let's say a client enters for a local paid ad service for $5,000. However, the front desk isn't really calling the lead. You add an appointment setter for another $2,000. Then they mention that they want organic SEO. You add organic SEO for $2,500. Instead of focusing on profiting that extra $800, which is going to take a lot of work and a lot of training on your sales team and marketing team, and you reduce that CAC to zero, which is also not possible if you're scaling with ads, you focus on upselling and sending more clients into more and more services. Not only would that make you more sticky because a lot of services rely on you and that agency, but also upselling an existing customer is way easier than selling a cold traffic lead. And you're not going to get as many objections and they just naturally ascend because of the services that you offer. So instead of profiting $4,200 off one customer, you're essentially now profiting $9,500. I'm not great at math, but $4,500 profit is a lot greater than $800 profit. And here is a basic document where CAC basically goes to zero, but LTV can scale to infinity and beyond, depending on how your upsells are. Next, I want to basically do a call out. So I want you to understand that not all leads are going to be built the same, but how can we actually increase the LTV per customer? Some people have more budget, some people have bigger risk tolerance, and some people are more ambitious and want to scale faster. The TLDR of this is, number one, we either introduce an intro or downsell offer to monetize more leads in the pipeline. Number two is we take those skeptical leads from an intro offer to get them in as a buyer and send them to more premium services once we have that trust. Number three is sell your pre-existing client base more and more services. In the next couple slides, I'm going to discuss the 4 types of leads you'll deal with whenever you have leads come in from cold traffic or referral leads. These are the 4 types of leads that you'll have to deal with. And not every single lead is the same. Most agencies act like they are. So in reality, every single lead that comes in is going to fall into one of 4 buckets. And not knowing how to deal with a lead in one of these 4 buckets is going to lead your agency to, number one, spend more money on ads to acquire clients. Number 2, play a churn and burn game with clients leaving you every single month and you having to sell more and more and spend more money on ads. Number 3, your agency MOR stagnates and you're unable to break past barriers. In the next few slides, I'm going to give you the exact blueprint on how to deal with the 4 avatars. And I'll be using analogies a lot, so just bear with me. So these 4 things are going to be the ideal lead, the almost lead, the limbo land lead, and the unqualified lead. In the next couple slides, I'm just going to get into what every single lead means. The first one I want to address is the ideal lead. So these are the clients that every single person wants. They have the money, they move fast, and then they're ready to just buy right now. One analogy I could basically bring, and just bear with me for these analogies, is it's like the hot girl. Everybody wants her, but she will only pick one person. So you're fighting against every single person that's gunning for this exact same thing. And these are the type of leads that whenever I was running my agency for the pool builder side, now my software company, I would cancel whatever I have going on for a sales call with them because they're very rare in quantity. So instead of focusing on how you could spend more money on ads to land one of these clients in the top 3%, let's just focus on monetizing the rest of the 97% because these 3% leads are going to come in every so often. And if we don't monetize the other 97%, we're leaving 97% of the money on the table. The almost leads. So this is probably 27% of all leads that come in. These are the leads that got away. So in the sales call, they seem pretty bought in. With good sales finesse, you probably will be able to close a couple of these. But if you hop off the call, they go ghost. They want your premium services, but they want a lower barrier to entry to establish a relationship first. It's kind of like that girl you had a great couple of first dates with and you felt the spark. All of a sudden, she goes ghost or she starts dating somebody that had the offers that we'll introduce later in this document. Next is the limbo land lead. So if you've taken a lot of sales calls, you understand that limbo land leads are probably 50% of all leads you're going to get in. So these are the type of leads that come into a sales call with every single objection known to mankind already, ready to fire off at you. They ask you for the price very early into a call, and they've been burned or worked with agencies in the past. And as the sales call progresses, they see how you're different just because you have a very good sales process in mind. However, then comes the objection handling. And you could see that they're not 100% in. They might just be shopping around. They want to try something new, but only with the perfect match. But these leads in the limbo land are not serious action takers. And they're a whole lot more skeptical than the almost lead. They want the guarantees, they want the testimonials, but even with the testimonials, they want a free trial or they want something cheaper to get in on. This is like the girl that starts off the date basically talking about how much they hate men. But as the day progresses, she starts liking you more and more, but she's still a little bit closed off. So you really have to gain her trust by just spending more time with her so she knows that you're the whole package and how you're different. But right now you're probably asking yourself, like, how do we actually monetize these type of leads? We're going to show you exactly how later in this video. Next is the last type of lead are the unqualified leads. So these are probably 20% of the leads that come in. These leads are broke and don't have the money for the services no matter how good of services you offer as an agency. So ironically, these are a type of leads that are 100% sold, and on the sales call, they usually say something like, I would do 100% if I had the money. And they might have lied on the lead form and said they were making the amount that would have landed them in the ideal lead, but that was probably 10 years ago and business has been a lot slower and they simply don't have the cash flow. So even if you were able to offer them a free trial, they might be blowing up your phone asking for updates. And I've been there, done that. One of my first couple clients I brought in as a free lead, and you know how those free clients act whenever you do services. So these type of leads are those type of psycho crazy girls you don't want to deal with. And they might even spray paint your car with curse words, just like in this photo I have. This is what you really need to do in order to monetize 100% of your market. Number one is for skeptical prospects, you need to slowly move them up the rungs of a ladder. Right now, your client is right here, but your client after the intro offer is going to be all the way up there. You're a stranger to them if you're running Facebook ads. It's cold traffic. They don't trust you yet. So to get your foot in the door, you'll essentially need an intro offer, and then sending them up the ladder is not going to be based on like how good of sales you are. It's just going to be based on timing. You don't push people up the ladder by force. You simply just wait till the results pull them up. If the results are real, the next step just feels obvious and the lead climbs up naturally with you. Here's what ascending up the ladder actually means. So ascension means just giving people multiple levels of commitment. It's not one offer, it's not one price, it's not one path. There's levels to it. So each level brings a client closer to the same goal. The only difference is the speed, support, and commitment. Some people want to move fast, like that ideal lead, but some people want to move safe. So Ascension respects basically both of them. And a different offer for each section of the market. You're not lowering your standards, you're simply just widening the doorway for the amount of clients to come into your agency. And people don't get stuck, they just move up whenever they're ready. And that's how real business grows. This is a simple version of the ascension ladder. So every single agency should have 3 levels. Number 1 is something small. Some people might call this an intro offer or a trial offer. Number 2 is the monthly recurring service. And number 3 is a premium service. So this could be something like a growth partner within a local business or a growth partner within an online business. But every single level serves a purpose. Level 1 builds trust if they don't know you at all. Number 2, build stability for your agency so you can liquidate more ad spend and just have that reoccurring MR coming in every single month. Number 3, build scale for clients that you know that you could take them to the moon. A lot of clients come in on the monthly offer, but you know that there's only going to be a small section of the market that you know for sure that you could take them to the moon if you control more of the operations. However, if you skip one level, people fall off the ladder. If you have too many levels, people get confused. So 3 is very clean and it works. And the main thing with the ladder is they'll enter wherever they feel safe and then they'll move up over time. And that's how you really avoid losing good prospects. But you're probably asking to yourself, what about an offer below the intro offer? So it really depends on the industry. So let's say we're talking local businesses like contractors. They don't really want anything do it yourself. It's better to just offer them something that's free, like a lead magnet or a video. So you could constantly stay top of mind whenever they're ready to pull the trigger as they spend more time with you. But chances are they're probably not tech savvy enough to do it themselves. And they need some type of intro offer to basically convert them into higher and higher paying services. So as an agency, you need to try to solve as many problems for your prospect as possible. If you can't, you need to refer them over to somebody that can. For example, in order to actually build up more MLR to your business, let's say we're only offering AI automations at our agency. If your client needs Facebook ads, we're going to send them to an agency that offers Facebook ads, collect 20% of that MLR. If they need SEO, we're going to send them to an agency that offers SEO. Or you could just simply white label our tool for SEO on Autopilot, and then link is in the description or up there in the lead magnet. Number 3, if they need financing, send them to a financing partner and collect some commission off of that. Next, we're going to talk about level 1, the entry offers. So entry offers or intro offers are not made to make you rich overnight. So they're meant to just start the relationship. This is the first yes, and you can basically think of it as a trailer before a movie. It shows something that what the movie is actually about, and it entices your lead to actually watch the movie. So it's lower price, it's lower risk, and it's higher value. So entry offers let people test you, trust you, and experience results. But most agencies skip this step. They go straight for the big deal, and that's where most deals die. Entry offers warm people up, it liquidates ad spend fully, and then turns strangers into buyers. On top of that, with the ad spend, it'll probably liquidate 2 or 3 CAC for your next 2 or 3 customers, so you could basically keep scaling up your ad spend. And then these buyers are a lot easier to sell than leads. So these are good examples of entry offers. And a good entry offer solves one small problem, not everything, just one small thing, right? So examples of this would be a one-time Google Business Profile optimization, a local ranking snapshot, a one-page website, a 2-week trial to start Facebook ads. And these offers do 2 things. Number 1, shows value very fast. Number 2, creates trust. So pricing really matters. It's something where it doesn't break the bank of your prospect, but also it gives enough commitment from them to show that they're serious about their investment. And then they actually take this intro offer seriously. They could see at the start of a relationship here. Number 2 is the monthly recurring revenue. So this is where most agencies should live, monthly revenue. It's predictable, stable, and it's also repeatable. Clients don't want projects forever, they just want something that runs. This level should, number 1, solve a real problem. Number 2, require little effort from the client. Number 3 is produce ongoing value. This works in the background and also just compounds over time. And the biggest thing is it doesn't add extra work for the owner. And on top of that, this will build stability in your revenue just month after month, and you won't really have to worry about where your next paycheck is coming from for your agency. And this is why the monthly feels really safe. So monthly offers feel safer than big one-time fees because the risk feels smaller. Clients really just think that I could just try this, I could stop if it doesn't work, and I'm not locked in forever on a forever contract. That feeling matters a lot, increases the safety, and also increases your revenue. So these offers allow you to predict income, allows you to plan growth, allows you to sleep better, and everybody wins, you and your client. Level 3 are premium offers. So these offers are meant for speed. These are clients that want results right now. They want hands-on help. They want custom plans. This is the smallest group, but it's going to pay the most. And the biggest mistakes that agency make is basically starting at the premium offer. The premium offer should come last and not first. And whenever trust is already built, premium is going to sell very easily. And whenever it's not, it's going to feel very expensive to your client. Ascension fixes that order, and the order matters a lot. Premium offer you could basically think of is I introduce all my systems, all my SOPs, my CRM, ads, sales scripts, maybe even placing a closer for an HVAC company, for example, and handle all the appointment setting, dispatching, and that's going to increase a lot of revenue. But however, you're going to be a growth partner within this HVAC company. So all the upside you're going to take a percentage of. So that is a premium offer. And here are reasons why most agencies are selling backwards. So most agencies are selling the wrong order. They're leading with the premium and then they hide everything else and they just hope that the client can afford it. That only works for a small group of people, but fails for everybody else. Especially if you're using Facebook ads, these leads are going to be cold traffic and they're not going to know who you are. However, if it's a referral lead, it's still going to be a lot harder to sell them versus a monthly or intro, but still possible. However, for a lot of SMBs, small, medium businesses, it's going to feel very scary. They don't know you yet, they don't trust you, and they haven't seen results. And what happens after that is they're going to hesitate, and this hesitation is going to kill the deal. And Ascension fixes this order. You let people start small, depending on how committed they are, and then you let the trust build, and then the result is going to do the talking. So whenever the order is right, selling isn't going to feel like selling. It's going to be very easy. Whenever the order is wrong, you're going to battle every single objection known to mankind. So order matters way more than the persuasion aspect. This is what happens when the order of offers is completely right. So strange things start to happen. Clients stop pushing back, stop giving you objections on the sales calls. These prices stop feeling high, and then sales calls also get shorter because the risk feels lower. And then people don't feel trapped, they just feel guided. If this works, I can keep going. If this doesn't, I can stop. And that feeling brings calm, and calm people buy faster. So that's why Ascension just works so well with SMBs, and it matches how they think, it matches how they decide, and then you're not just forcing growth, you're just letting it happen naturally. Next is, let's say you're doing an intro offer or you're selling them on the monthly. You need to get them value, and then on the check-in call, you need to upsell them or downsell them or try to figure out any other bottlenecks in their business. So the check-in call is also to review the progress. So in the time between them purchasing your intro offer and the check-in call, you need to be bombarding them with content. And we do the same thing at our agency/software company, and you're probably receiving emails from us to your inbox right now, depending on if you're watching from Gamma or from YouTube. But for the check-in calls, you never book out 48 hours in advance since the no-show plummets. However, since this is a lot warmer traffic, you could probably extend it to 72 hours. In the next slide, I'm going to show you example email flow. So phase one for the check-in call flow is immediate engagement. First 4 hours, what we need to do is identity shift. Our most successful clients do this. Your results will stagnate if this is not implemented. Number two is case studies. So this XYZ mechanism got X in Y timeframe because of this one thing. We took this company to X in Y timeframe. Here's how you could copy us. Phase number two, hours 4 to 8. We essentially need to handle all prior objections or open questions of what the prospect might be thinking before the check-in call. So check-in calls are more towards like the intro offer, but you can also utilize a variation of this for the monthly plan. Number one is like, why are we different? How does this work? What are the results? I can do this myself. Why should I do it with you? And then phase three, every 2 or 4 hours before the call, you need to have industry insights or just sending a testimonial or case study. So create YouTube content similar to how I'm creating this video, and also a summarized version of every single transcript and every single email. So some people prefer to read while others prefer to watch. Some things would be like, check out this client testimonial. Ads are dying for plumbers. You need to do this instead. SEO isn't dead. You just need to do this instead. With all these pre-check-in flows, the prospect will come onto a call warmer and ready to send into your premium or monthly services. And without it, you're going to get every single objection known to mankind. And then the 4 parts of Ascension call. So every Ascension call has 4 parts, no more, no less. Number 1, understand problem. Number 2, understand goal. Number 3, show them your offer stack. Number 4, let them choose. If you skip a step, the deal is going to follow through. And then if you rush the call, trust is going to break. So this structure just keeps things very simple. You don't really need a script. You don't really need tricks. You just need like clarity on what your end goal is. And so send them into more and more packages. So that clarity will sell way better than the confidence. Part 1 of Ascension call is review what we did. This is not a sales call. This is going to be a check-in call. They already paid you, they trusted you, and they saw your work. So just show them what you did, what changed, and then what's next. There's not really pitching. Just show them exactly the results that you brought them. Number 2, show them what changed. So start with the facts. Here's what we did together. Walk them through what you delivered, what you set up, what you improved, and just keep it very short. This basically reminds them that I pay for this and it actually happened. Number 3, show the results. So you're showing up in more places, you're getting more visibility, you're closer to getting more calls, you're getting a lot of appointments getting booked in. Show screenshots, not just simple numbers. People upgrade whenever they see progress and not promises. So you really need to provide really good results in your intro or entry offer, and that's what's going to force people to ascend. Number 4, just basically show them what's missing. So explain the gap. This has worked pretty well. What do you think of all the systems that we set up so far? Get them to buy in, but then just show them that, hey, this alone won't scale. This will work better if it was run monthly. This really needs consistency to compound, and you're not really creating fear, just creating that clarity in their mind mind of them seeing the initial results, but also paying you month after month in order to see more results. Step number 5 is basically show the simple next step. So show the options, not just one offer, no pressure, just pass with bundle services. And the biggest thing I have here in terms of tips is basically discount bulk services in packages. So this increases the LTV per customer immediately. So for example, like we could keep this running monthly. We can move faster with more help, just say very calm and then options. And examples of a bundle would be like SEO plus paid ads, AI automation plus SEO, SEO plus Google ads, right? Those are the bundles. And if they choose both of them, you're going to give them a slight discount. And that'll just increase LTV by basically almost double. Number 6 is basically just let them choose. So which option feels right to you? Just pause, let them think. At the close, don't say a single word. All right, we're going to address that. They're going to go ahead and think it over in their head, and they might just say, yeah, let's go for it. So what changes when you do this? When ascension calls and check-in calls are set up right, things are going to change very fast, right? You don't have to hop on calls with cold traffic. You could basically just ascend and collect more revenue for your agency and just from the pipeline or from the leads that you currently have. So instead of monetizing just 3% of the market, you could basically monetize 100% of it. And this leads your agency to basically number 1, hire better talent. So you don't have to work in the business. You can just work on the business. Number 2, you make more revenue for your agency. Number 3, you actually have a scalable agency that you can sell one day. Biggest thing with this is to actually have a good agency valuation. You need to have multiple offers, multiple traffic sources. That way you reduce risk for any single person that's actually buying your agency. And also if one traffic source shuts down or one offer stops working, you always have more offers to fall back on. The exact offer stack, a one pager would be number 1, something like a free lead magnet, something that nurtures the lead. Leads consume this, and you get nurture into entry or intro offer, and then a monthly MLR offer. Very similar to this video, or if you're watching Gamma Dog, this is a free lead magnet, for example, right? So for your clients, it could be something like how to rank number 1 on Google Business Profile. And that's one of the lead magnets that we have for our AI SEO software that you can also white label, and I have the link in the description. Number 2 is the entry/intro offer. This is the first step, something that's low price, low risk, and then fast value. So this could be a one-time Google Business Profile optimization, a one-pager, landing page creation, or a 2-week trial to Facebook ads. The purpose of this, it turns those cold traffic leads that were interested in your services into buyers. And buyers are a whole lot easier to sell than cold leads. Next thing is the monthly MLR offer. This runs every single month, no extra work for your client. And this is where most clients should start. It's safe, it's simple, and it compounds over time. And this is your base that's going to provide a lot of predictability to your agency. The last thing is the premium/growth partner offer. This is for speed. It's basically hands-on help, custom strategy, faster results, or basically either a fractional COO, fractional CMO to a local business or any businesses online. And that's a stack. You have 3 offers, 1 path, and just different starting points. So implementation checklist to actually do something after you watch this video. So if you don't do anything else, just do this. Number 1, create an entry offer. So monetize unqualified leads and just build trust in qualified leads. This is cheap, simple, solves one problem, and this gets people in the door. So instead of just having your monthly offer, have something where they could try out your services for the unqualified leads. So that way, even if you were to hop on a call with 20% of the unqualified leads, you still have something to sell them, and they have the money for the entry offer. Number 2, have a monthly recurring offer. You probably already have this already. One price, one clear result, no custom work, systemized, automated, delegated to your team members. And this is your MLR engine. Number 3, stop pitching premium first. Let people start small, let results build trust, and then let upgrades happen naturally. If you don't have a lot of clients or your sales ability is a little bit lacking, I'll definitely start out with the entry offer and then ascend them into a monthly recurring offer. And this is a good starting point for AI agencies, for local business agencies, any agencies in general. Number 4, change how you structure calls. You really need to diagnose, show the options, and then let them choose. There's no pressure and there's no chasing. Number 5 is do not add more offers. 3 is enough to just start with. For example, at our software company, we have a lot of different offers and it gets very complex. But just as a starting point, start out with 3. And if you just follow this alone, revenue is going to go up. And if you don't do anything, nothing changes. And for a lot of people in our one-on-one program or our school community, we highly recommend them even to start out with like AI Google Business Profile Optimization. Granted, we have a software that just handles all the automation, but we have a lot of clients that are just scaling up an intro offer and they're charging every single client $500 or $750 per month. And to white label our tool, it could go as low as $49 per month. And they're profiting basically $700 a month from every single client. and our software just handles all the back end. So here are the final thoughts. If you take one thing from this document, let's just speed this. So you don't need more leads, you don't need more calls, you don't need more complexity, you just need a better structure for your offers. And most agencies are going to fail because they try selling too much, too fast, and people who aren't really ready. Ascension, upselling, downselling is going to fix all this. It gives people a safe way to start, clear path to grow, and a reason to stay. This model works because it matches human behavior. People want progress, they want safety, they want results without stress. If you give them that, selling is going to become very easy. Revenue is going to be predictable. Your agency won't depend on your hustle to survive. So I've used this framework to build real cash flow without living on sales calls or doing everything myself, and you could do the same. You don't really need to be smart. I'm not very smart. I'm not very loud either. You just need better systems, and now it's your time to implement it. And if you made it to this document, you're truly on your path to scaling to $1 million per year or even more. I have a bunch of offers I could basically help you out in terms of scaling up your agency. Number one, we have a one-on-one program that you need to apply for that will basically help you out with client acquisition, offers funnels, sales call reviews, everything that you need in terms of bottlenecks that you face in your agency. So you could check out and apply for the one-on-one down below. Number two, you could basically get our systems, do it yourself with our school community. The school community is called the Self-Scaling Agency. You could go ahead and join that as well. For existing agencies that want like an intro offer or an intro offer or just like a cheaper monthly recurring service, you basically just add MR to your current offer stack and can book in for a demo for our AI Google Business Profile SaaS that basically just handles all of the AI SEO for local businesses for your clients. And you can basically just turn it on autopilot. It takes around like 2 or 3 minutes to onboard a client. Basically, that client will just pay you on a month-to-month basis. If you want to check me out, you could check me out on Instagram, YouTube, X, and depending on where you see this, you could go ahead, I'll attach the links depending on in the description or in the Gamma doc. If you got a lot of value of this video, you could go ahead and share this document with a friend. If you're on YouTube, you could like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. See you later.